Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you will give before the committee will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? The record will indicate that each of the witnesses answered in the affirmative.
We are in the midst of a once-in-a-century credit tsunami. Central banks and governments are being required to take unprecedented measures. Given the financial damage to date, I cannot see how we can avoid a significant rise in layoffs and unemployment. To avoid severe retrenchment, banks and other financial intermediaries will need the support that only the substitution of sovereign credit for private credit can bestow. The $700 billion Troubled Assets Relief Program is adequate to serve that need. Credit ratings by purchasers of these toxic assets.
Over and over again, ideology trumped governance. Our regulators became enablers rather than enforcers. Their trust in the wisdom of the markets was infinite. The mantra became government regulation is wrong, the market is infallible.
As consent request.
Gentleman will state his unanimous.
Those of us who have looked to the self-interest of lending institutions to protect shareholders' equity, myself especially, are in a state of shocked disbelief. Such counterparty surveillance is a central pillar of our financial market state of balance. If it fails, as occurred this year, market stability is undermined.
You found a flaw in the
flaw in the model that I perceived is the critical functioning structure that defines how the world works, so to speak.
In other words, you found that your view of the world, your ideology was not right. It was not working.
Precisely. No, that's precisely the reason I was shocked, because I've been going for 40 years or more with very considerable evidence that it was working exceptionally well.
I will start the questioning. Where do you think you made a mistake then?
I made a mistake in presuming that the self-interest of organizations, specifically banks and others, was such as that they were best capable of protecting their own shareholders and the equity in the firms.
The FDIC is working closely and creatively with Treasury on ways to use the recent financial rescue law to create a clear framework and economic incentives for systematically modifying loans. The aim is for loan servicers to offer homeowners more affordable and sustainable mortgages.
To restore capital flows to the consumers and businesses that form the core of our economy. Since the announcement of our capital purchase program, we have seen numerous signs of improvement in our markets and in the confidence of our financial institutions. While there have been recent positive developments, our markets remain fragile.
We're getting around 10,000 foreclosures a day. So every day we wait, another 10,000 families end up in tough shape. So I appreciate wanting to do it carefully, but there's a sense of urgency that I think needs to be demonstrated here in order to get this really moving. So I'm not asking you not to be lacking prudence in all of this, but I hope there's a deep appreciation of what's happening far removed from this city alone, across this country, that we need to get moving on this to get to the heart of all of this.
Absolutely, Chairman. We share your sense of urgency.
Thank you for that. Senator Schumer?
Thank you, Chairman Dodd.